Turn the pages, feel the beat, dance with words, move your feet.
Hello everyone and welcome to this reading dip in the start of this week's vlog. Woohoo! Alright, so I decided to listen to Stop Letting Everything Affect You by Chidiac, and it was really good. I would highly suggest it. A lot of what he was saying I've already kind of heard before, but I just needed to hear it again. It is just about, like, you know, dealing with your emotions, because if you don't, then they're going to follow you around, and like how they could be the reasoning why you're not really, like, you have like outbursts, or why you're not like processing things, and just, you know, like, I don't think like a lot of people realize like how your emotions kind of like affect you in a day-to-day life kind of a thing. And I think it was just like a really great reminder to, you know, I don't know, to just process emotions, I guess, right? And I really enjoyed the book, and I really would highly suggest it. And I think, like, I hope that I will in the future like listen to it again. It is worth it. I liked it. And yeah, so that's just kind of it for me. I just wanted to say, like, no, stop letting everything affect you, and just, you know, like, remember that judgments are never about you, right? And that sometimes you really do need to take the self-care, and to, you know, even if it's like for 5-10 minutes a day, to recenter yourself and to see what's going on. But yeah, gonna get a thumbs up. Hopefully everybody's doing alright, and we'll catch you on the next Dippit. Bye! Hello, welcome to this reading Dippit. So when I was working at the library today, I was to shelve Semi-Well Adjusted, despite literally everything by Alyson Stoner, her memoir, and I was like, oh my gosh, I knew this came out and I really wanted to read it, better late than never, so I'm gonna read that. But I'm definitely going to have to finish reading our Infinite Fates first before I start reading Semi-Well Adjusted. But you know what? At least I have it, and it's just, you know, it was meant to be because I was going to shelve it, so yay! I think it's gonna be good. I didn't like I obviously was like way too old to watch like Camp Rock when it came out, and I wasn't really into that when it came out, but I watch a lot of her content now that she puts out on YouTube, so I'm really excited to, you know, kind of read that, and I'm excited about it, so yay! Alright, so that's kind of it for me. A quick little library haul, and we'll catch you on the next Dippit. Alright, bye! Hello, and welcome to this reading Dippit. Woohoo! Alright, so I've now officially finished her Infinite Fates by Lauren Stephen. Thank God. It was a really good read, I mean, but it's just a book that doesn't stick with me. It's not going to be a book that I remember. It did not hit the mark for me, and to be perfectly honest, at one point I was actually considering DNFing it because I don't think it was for me. Right? But the ending of the book is really honestly why I'm happy that I powered through it and that I ended up reading it. Like, it is just, you know, I guess I don't want to give like any of it away, or just kind of, I don't want to spoil the book, but it's just, you know, sometimes it's kind of like, what is it, Cloud Atlas, right? Like, no matter what happens, you will always end up with like the same person. Like, you have like a soulmate, kind of, like, that is kind of like the idea. And I don't know, like, and so like, it's just, I mean, I've watched the movie Cloud Atlas, but I haven't read the book, but it was just, even now that I'm thinking about it, it is that kind of vibe, and it's just, you know, like, and it must be hard when you know you're meant to be with somebody, or that you have to be with somebody, and that, you know, like, you may think that they're being not so good to you, or they're not being like the best thing for you, but, you know, ultimately that they are. So I don't know, I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. I mean, to me, it's going to be like a 2 out of 5 stars. It's not going to be something I'm going to read more of, but I don't know. I do want to give Laura Stephen another chance as an author. Like, I just don't think this book was really for me. You know, maybe it's just now, and maybe because I think part of it was that it took me so long to read it. Like, I don't want to say I'm like in a reading rut, right? But I just, like, I think maybe I kept, like, whenever it's like, okay, it's time to read, I'd be like, no. And I think maybe I just think that I just wasn't interested in this book. And I found that, like, a lot of the time when I would read a page, but then I would end up having to, like, reread the same page multiple times because I just wasn't interested. So yeah, I don't know. I think maybe for me, maybe this book would have been better as an audiobook. But you know what? It's done. You know, and I'm happy that I read it. I'm happy that I stuck it through, but yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts on it. Alright, so give it a thumbs up. Hope everybody's doing right, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Bye! Hello, and welcome to this reading Dippit. Woohoo! Alright, so I have finished reading Semi-Well Adjusted Despite Literally Everything, a memoir by Alyson Stoner, and it was good, right? But here's the thing. I've been watching ever since she did her like, I don't know if it was an expose or whatever it was, the toddler to train wreck thing on YouTube. I've been following her career ever since, and I've watched a lot of the media stuff that she has done for this, like not the media, the social networking, or just like the networking that she has done or for this book to promote it. And honestly, if you watch a lot of her content slash like watch like the tour that she's been on, or like or the interviews that she's done talking about this book, then you've read this book. You know what I mean? There really wasn't any brand new information I learned about her or about like the industry from the book. And so I guess like some of the things that I kind of liked hearing about is just like, well, you know, like why she left Hollywood, and just like, you know, just the different choices that she made. And just, I think like a small part of it maybe subjectively had to do was that she would never be the main character. She would always be like the sidekick. And I don't know why she thought she could have like a really good career in music, or I mean she did, but I think she's just like a far better dancer than she was singer, and that's just my opinion. But I think it was like probably good for her in every way possible for her to leave the industry, like the Hollywood, and just to kind of do like a restart on her life, which I think she's rather enjoying now, which, you know, good for her. So overall, I thought the book was really well written. But again, if you want to read it. But if you just like watch YouTube or YouTuber and you watch a lot of stuff on her, you've basically like read the book. But you know what? Like, good for her for being semi-well adjusted. Alright, so other than that, I decided to do like a bit of a book unhaul. So the books I'm unhauling is The Wildfire by Hannah Grace, because I've never read anything by her and I don't know if I'll actually like this book, right? Sorry, not sorry. Here's a junior fiction, and Nevermore, The Trials of Morgan Crow, and the Arc of the Scythe, the paperback trilogy by Neil Schusterman. So we got the Scythe, the Thunderhead, and the Toll. I'll just be donating these to mini libraries. I picked these up at the library's book sale, so I paid like $2 for each of them. So like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So like I paid $12 for these to like $6, right? So like I don't feel that bad for getting rid of them. Obviously for like these 3, I would be donating that as like, that's like one mini library because they have like the cardboard. But yeah, so I think because like I have so many books and I don't know if I'll actually get to it, I'm like, I think I really wanted this when I was at the sale, but now I'm just kind of like, you know what I mean? So I still got time to think about it. You know, I got lots of books to donate to, mini libraries right now with all the arcs that I have, but you know, here's just, I don't know, some books that I want to, or I am getting rid of, or unhauling. And then because I went and saw Wicked Part 2 last night, and I think it was really good. It's like a lot darker than the first one, Wicked for Good, but you know what? I would definitely suggest it. But because of that, I'm now considering, should I read Wicked? Right, because they're all in order, so are the Wicked years. I don't know if I should or if I really want to. Now that I'm finished a book, I do. But I think I want to choose my Book of the Month book right now. Anyways, I do actually have like The Wizard of Oz. I could read that as well if I'm just looking for something more simple. I don't know. All I know is I'm going to make the decision on the book I'm going to read when I get back from volunteering at the bookstore. So, yeah. Alright, so I'm just going to give it a thumbs up. Hopefully everybody's doing alright. And we'll catch you on the next bit. Bye. Hello, and welcome to this reading Dippit and the end of this week's vlog. Woohoo! Alright, so here in front of us we have my end of the year TBR. So there's about 5 weeks left until the new year. So, reading a book a week, we have 5 books. So I want to finish Lord of Chaos by Robert Jordan, and this is book 6 of the Wheel of Time series. So I want to finish that off. And then I got All My Puny Sorrows by Miriam Toews. I started this in September, and I want to finish it. And then we have Always in December by Emily Stone. This is a Christmas or a winter read, so I want to, read that. And then In a Hollandaise by Christina Lauren, which is another holiday read, so perfect time for that. And then the book I started today, that Violet Thistlewaite is not a villain anymore, right, by Emily Krumholtz. So this is her debut book, and so far the 3 chapters I read are very much giving me the Secret Garden vibes, because as you know, in the Secret Garden the manor is called Thistlewaite, so it's exciting, but it's kind of like a kind of fantasy vibe to it, which is great. So then once I finish those books, if I need something more, I'm going to I think, depending on things, I am wanting to, so this copy of The Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum, so there's that one. And then we got The Wicked Years by Gregory Maguire, so we got Wicked, Son of a Witch, A Lion Among Us, and Out of Oz, so yeah. Alright, so that is it. So I guess we got our end of year TBR right here. Cool beans. Alright, so I guess with that, I also, another winter read, I guess, I could go into is A Dollmaker in Kratzkow. So that might be good vibes for that. So yeah. Alright, so that is it. I think I might pack up some of the other books that I have here just so I can focus on these books. And of course, I got my handy dandy e-reader here. They're my Kobo, just in case I need to use it for any of these books, or, because, Christmas sales always coming up. So that's kind of it. These are my reading plans up until the end of the year, I think. Yeah. Alright. Bye!